I'm Alice.
And I'm Lachey.
Hi. So, welcome back. We're glad that you've come back to our second episode. Wow.
Yes.
Exciting. The first episode was really nice.
I have fun. I had
a lot of fun.
Yes.
Good topic.
A lot of fun.
Good topic. So, for our second topic, we're going to go ahead and move right into it. Miss Lachey, what you got for us?
So, we all know that the BET Awards were on Sunday, and Nicki Minaj performed.
Yes.
Okay, so prior to that, she was featured on Elle Magazine, Whole Spread, and she did an interview. And in her interview, she said that she's hashtag Keep Your Legs Closed 2018. She says that she's finally realized that she doesn't need a boyfriend, that she can take care of herself.
No boyfriend, huh?
No boyfriend. She doesn't need a boyfriend. She can take care of herself. And then she proceeded to even say that women today are becoming modern day prostitutes.
What?
Yes. So she said that she's found that if you throw some money at these women, these young women, the Instagram models, and everything, that you can have sex with them. And that, she's, comes to the realization they need to know their worth. And as I was reading it...
So because they're getting money from someone, they don't know their worth.
They don't know their worth. So because they're, they're taking money from these men they're sleeping with, they don't know their worth apparently. And as I was reading it, she proceeded to say she felt like it was her and the way that she showed herself to her audience, her fans, because of the way she dresses and she acts, that maybe they believe that she is telling them to be that way. But she would rather them be the stuck-up girl, the one that's like, I'm too good for all of that.
So here's my issue with that. We all seen the BET Awards, right?
Yes.
We also seen what Nicki had on, right?
Yes.
So while she's putting all this little disclaimer out there, we all saw what she had on, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
yes.
Then I'm gonna shut up again.
And
I'm just saying. Shoot.
I found it very odd that she would talk about a woman choosing to have sex with a man with money, a man that's willing to take care of them, willing to take, pay their bills, willing to buy them what they want, when she has a song called Rich Sex.
Yes.
Well, maybe that's why she thought she was promoting that behavior.
Well, the way she dresses, the way she behaves promotes that behavior.
It does. It does. I agree.
I'm just saying.
It does.
I don't know how many more times I have to just
why
say.
does that diminish a woman's worth though?
I don't necessarily believe that it does. A person can dress a certain way, but it doesn't determine how they truly are. You see a lot of people who may have on, the cute little short dresses, the cute little nice short sets, but their body allows for that. That doesn't mean that they're promiscuous. What is the word I'm looking for?
Promiscuous.
You can't say the word.
Promiscuous.
Yes. Thank you. It doesn't
Why
mean
she asked me? I don't speak English good
it's
enough.
not. It doesn't mean that that's how they are. It doesn't mean that they're easy. It doesn't mean that they're expecting a man to pay for everything. But even if they are, so what?
That's my point. My point is that what if you are? If you're a beautiful woman and you have all these men after you, what's wrong with choosing the one that's willing to take care of you? Especially if you're going to have sex with them anyway.
So what you saying? No free cookie?
No free coochie
No
2018.
Hashtag.
Anyway, I'm going to say my voice, my opinion, because everybody knows.
That you say no free coochie in 2008.
Yeah.
You wasn't doing free.
In 2008 either.
Never.
Oh,
My mama said, no, just playing. My mother said, I'm sitting on a gold mine. I just got to know how to work it. But anyway, what I'm saying is that I just feel, and I mean, a lot of people say, okay, well, in that modern day prostitution, as she's saying, or whatever, at the end of the day, I look at these little Instagram models, and, you know, Instagram models are trying to do whatever, whether it's a modeling career, rapping, whatever. They're trying to do something. That's why they're on Instagram in the first place. Everybody wants to be able to be financially secure, whether that's by herself or whether that's by help. I look at it like this, and again, I have 2 daughters, and I feel that, you know, my mother, and I keep saying my mother, because my mother, you know, I was raised by a single mom, so I only have my mom to say little things that my mother said. And my mother always told me, you know, guys are going to talk, they're going to tell. But they're, and this is when you were young. You know, you're young and you have sex, little boys like, oh, I slept with her. Yeah. My mother said they're less likely to talk when they done did something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can say, oh, well, I slept with Alice. Well, did you tell them this? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Okay.
you know, that's just the way I was raised. And I was raised in a very strong family with majority women. There's not a lot of men in my family. So a lot of these women are just strong women that have taken care of themselves, have very successful, very, you know, financially secure, everything in my family. So I was blessed to be raised with women like that. But at the end of the day, I truly believe, and I say no free effing or whatever, but in all actuality, I just feel like if I'm laying down with somebody or if I'm having sex with somebody, I have the right to ask for anything that I want. And that's just the way I feel. Not saying that I need him to pay my bills or I need him to do, I mean, I need him for nothing, but he don't need my coochie either. So at the end of the day, I just feel that it's, and I'm not going to say just women, because it's vice versa. If I'm with somebody and he needs something and I got it, now I ain't going to be taking care of no man. That's kind of a different story because you're a man. But at the end of the day, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I really don't.
You're right. And I don't see, so I think I agree and I disagree with that. I don't necessarily believe that a lot of these, you know, models or, you know, Instagram models are really out there for the man's money. Like you said, they are definitely out there trying to make a name. Most of the women out there on these types of programs or Instagram or YouTube or whatever are trying to make a stability for themselves. They have children. They're trying to put themselves through college. No different than a stripper. Okay?
Right.
A lot of the times people look down on strippers because they're, you know, swinging the pole. A lot of times they just mad because they can't swing that pole like they do, to be honest with you.
Right. That's
However,
what it is.
that's exactly
That's
what
what
it
it
is.
I agree.
But, you know, a lot of the times, you know, I've known people who I was in college with and living in the dorm. And when they got out of classes, they went to the club. And that's how they were paying for their education. Because they didn't have the family to support them, to help them. And financial aid only pays you for so much.
Exactly.
So a lot of the times, you know, that's how they supported themselves. Some of them had children. Again, some of them was just simply trying to get their way through college.
Exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Just because they are strippers, just because they may have had skimpy outfits on, doesn't mean they were out there just selling their cookie just to sell it.
Right.
I don't agree with that. I think Nicki, she has to sit back and think about how she got where she's at. Okay? Again, she's always dressed like this. Always promoted her butt, her, you know, her boobs. You know those aren't truly. She I'm trying to be politically correct here.
She's an exhibitionist.
Exactly.
She dresses this way and acts
For
this
attention.
way for attention.
And so
and
for
she
her,
said she wouldn't stop doing it.
And for her to make these statements and put other women down for pretty much doing some of the same things that she does,
Right.
I have a problem with that.
I
Yeah,
agree.
she's
And
definitely double standard.
let's take the Instagram model out of it and just normal everyday women. Like, for instance, you said you have 2 daughters. I mean, when you're talking to your daughters about them giving up, you know, their cookie, I mean, you don't just want them, one, to just give it to anybody.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, but 2, if you are going to give it, you should have some type of requirement, some type of, you know, you shouldn't just be giving it.
Negotiation.
back to those negotiations. You shouldn't just be, giving it, and not expecting something, because you're giving them a piece of you.
The most precious part of you, as a matter of fact. That's what people don't understand. Like, no,
and
the most precious part of me. I'm not giving it away.
You should be able to ask, for money. You should. That shouldn't even be, them having money, them being able to help you shouldn't come in question. If you're having constant sex with a person and y'all are constantly seeing each other and you're practically giving him the goods and everything and doing those parts, then why not go, hey, I need this, or babe, can you help me with that?
So here's the thing that I'm going to say about that. I agree with the fact that I think, I don't see anything wrong with a man or a woman wanting the other partner to help them or provide for them when they're in any type of a sexual relationship. Because like you said, if I'm sleeping with you, you should be able to give me whatever I need. However, I don't feel that it should be an expectation. And the reason why I say that is because, life, you can't expect anything out of life. You know what I'm saying? You can want it, you can pray for it, you can do all that good stuff, but to expect for someone to give it to you, you can't do that, because it's not going to happen all the time. And if you're depending on it and it doesn't happen, then you're still sitting right where you are. So I truly believe that, as though I think it would be very nice for a man or a woman to, offer to help someone, I think that's really what it needs to be, offer. I have children too. I have 2 girls. And, I look at my youngest daughter and, she has children and she doesn't expect anything from their dad. However, he's a wonderful dad. He is there, he's supportive. They're not married, but he's there. But there's never an expectation of him. Because again, if she expects something and it doesn't come through, then she's still sitting right there where she is. So she's able to provide and support for herself and those children. And if he doesn't come through, then life is still good. If he comes through, then life is even better, if that makes sense.
It does.
And even with myself, being a single woman and dating, I don't know if I expect a man to give me money or expect a man to pay a bill for me. I think that if we're in the position of, intimacy or sexual relationships or whatever, I think he would know where I'm at in my finances, because when you get to that point of intimacy, you should be in that point of communication as well. Okay?
Negotiations.
So therefore, he should know if something's not right with me, or he should know if I'm in need of something and automatically offer it. I don't feel like I need to ask you for anything. And the same thing for me. If we have that communication, I should know if something's not right with him, and if he needs something, I should be able to offer it to him. Now, I love to get my nails done. So if you want to give me $40 every month, not every month, I'm sorry, every 2 weeks, because I have my nails done every 2 weeks. If you want to pay for my nails every 2 weeks, here you go, I'll take it without a problem. But I want him to be able to offer that to me. I don't want to have to ask him.
Does he
and
ask
make
you
him
for sex?
Yeah.
Okay, so
He can't just take it, because this, like you said, this is gold. I gotta permit you in
But
here.
my whole point of it is if
I
he
gotta
can
permit
ask,
you.
if he can ask you for that gold, then I can ask him for them greens. You see what I'm saying? So it to me it's if you asking me for some good, I can ask you for some money.
So
And
let
I'm
me
not
ask
gonna
you-
wait for you to offer, because
So-
see, a lot of men ain't gonna offer, but they're gonna offer to take that good.
So let me ask you this, because see, I saw this, I'm big on TV because I don't do anything. So, I saw this show where they were intimate, they had sex, and as she was laying in the bed, he got up and left. But before he left some money on the dresser. I don't necessarily think that he meant that as a payoff for sex. I think he just, I had a nice night, go buy yourself something nice. But she became very offensive. So, where does that draw the line? Would you become offensive if someone just left some money on the dresser for you?
I think it depends on the context of them leaving the money on the dresser. If we're having a sexual relationship and we're constantly having sex with each other, and I happen to mention something that I needed, and then on his way out the door, I noticed that he's left some money.
That's that's communication.
That I'm not, but if we didn't have a conversation, or if this is the first time that we've had sex, and you leave some money, I'm going to assume that you're paying for sex. So I may become offensive at that point.
Did she see him lay the money on the dresser?
No, she was asleep.
Oh, she woke up and he had money on the dresser.
He kissed her on the forehead.
Were they in a relationship though? Was that first time or what?
No,
what I'm saying?
They were in a relationship.
Then no, I wouldn't be offended.
Oh no, then I wouldn't be offended if we're in a relationship. I would be, if we're in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I got paid, maybe he got paid the day before. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? So he can hey, let me slide you a little bit of money. To be honest, I think I like that surprise. The kind where you go open up your wallet and he's left you some money in the wallet.
Or he slipped it in your purse.
Or he slipped it in your purse, or you walk in the bathroom and he's, left you a cute little thing on the dresser, on the note, and there's some money there. I wouldn't take that offensive.
Well, so here's, I'm a romantic. I would love to walk into the bathroom and find some money there with a nice little note on the mirror. I know, like,
have a good day.
Have a good day. Love you. A little touch to get you something nice. Or even that, you have a date that night and, he leaves a box on the
with an outfit. Yes.
Okay, Pretty Woman.
I love that. I love that show. Of course you guys would. Of course. I
love that movie. But
why wouldn't they?
I just think that people put too much on sex, relationships, and money. I really think that if we just left it to, what is the word I'm looking at? If we just left it to human nature, if you're in a relationship, then there is nothing wrong with you helping each other out. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with, I know you got a lot going on, even though we may not live in the same home, but you got a lot going on. I have, a little extra going on over here. Let me just slide you a little bit. Right. It shouldn't have anything to do with you having sex with each other or you giving up the cookies or the gold or whatever. It's simply about a relationship of two parties that's helping each other out as needed.
But I agree, but I think that it depends on how the relationship is defined. Because if we're just friends with benefits, if it's not a relationship or for whatever reason,
do you expect him to give you money?
Yes, I do. Because I'm not giving away my coochie. I'm not giving it away. Like, I'm not
just friends with benefits.
With friends with benefits. Like, what am I getting out of it?
It's a waste of my body.
Right. So I had a friend that used to say this to me all the time, and I miss her so much. She used to say, "Well, what am I going to get out of a wet ass?"
Exactly.
And she meant
that. That's exactly. Exactly my point. That's just the same. That's the same with, last week we were talking about, mistresses and everything. I think it's the same thing. It's just, as a woman, first off, I have a lot of worth in myself. I love me a lot. But just because I love me doesn't mean that I think that I'm just going to go out here and just give up myself and not expect something. Like, I'm going to expect something because I'm precious and that's gold, and that just doesn't go to anybody.
So let me ask you this. Should a man expect the same thing?
I think they can. I'm not going to necessarily, I think
a lot of them do, though. A lot of them do.
A lot of them expect that meal to be cooked. A
But
lot of them expect to be treated like, to be catered to.
Exactly.
So I feel like if I'm giving you the coochie and I'm catering to you, then if I say, hey, babe, I need $300, that shouldn't be an issue.
Okay. And by all means, I'm not taking sides. However, I want to be fair to our men. And so if they say, I'm providing for you, I come home I'm giving you the D. I need $300. What do you guys think about that?
If we're in a relationship,
It
or if
doesn't
we
have to
just
be-
friends with
No,
benefits.
it has to be. I'm saying, however we're looking at it as a woman.
Right.
We need. I want us to look at it as a man. And how
Right.
do you feel about that? If they're giving us the D, that's the same as our coochie.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
They're sometimes cooking, treating you well, and they say, babe, I need $300.
But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Mhm.
I think again, it depends on that woman. Me per se, if I'm just friends with benefits with you, as a man, I feel a man is a provider. That's the way I look at men. You're a provider. So to me, if if I'm in a relationship, totally different. If we're in a relationship, my man can come to me for anything. You see what I'm saying? And vice versa. If I'm in a relationship. But if I'm in a friends with benefits and we just meeting every once in a while, I ain't helping no man out because you a man.
So, but
That's just me.
but he's supposed to help you out.
Yes, because that's
Okay.
what his job is. He's a provider.
Okay.
He's a provider, and the gold is not free.
He's a provider from
Alright.
the beginning. Even the cavemen. You know what I'm saying? He
You're
went
right.
out and you went and hunt. You went and got the meat, the dinner, and you brought it back. The same thing. Like you're the provider. You're the king. You're supposed to be that. I'm a woman. A man is a man all day, every day.
All day, every day. So therefore, the D should be ours no matter what, and the coochie you gotta pay it for.
To me, yeah.
All right. Well,
We
well
want to hear
said.
your
We
opinion.
want to hear your opinion.
So reach out to us and let us know
Let
what
us
you
know.
think about this topic. And if you think that, coochie's not free.
I don't believe coogie's free, but I think I think it can go both ways. So let's go ahead and
No free sex 2018.
whoop whoop.
Anyway, let's go to the letter. We got what we call
The
satin
satin
letter.
letter.
Thank you guys again for all your support. Thank you for writing in. Let's
Digging,
see
digging,
what we
digging.
have. Let's see what
Digging,
the
digging, digging.
what the letter's gonna be about.